For a long time, the oil and gas coming out of the North Sea was like an economic security blanket, making the rest of Britain's economy look a bit stronger than it actually was. But not anymore. This week we find out whether the economy carried on shrinking in the first 3 months of the year or managed to grow. The city forecasters say it's going to be a close-run thing, in which case what happened out here could make all the difference between growth and a triple dip. Oil and gas production peaked a while ago, but unexpected events like the Gulf of Mexico disaster have sent it tumbling, with output down 30% in barely 2 years.
It's for a variety of reasons. Some of them are to do with unplanned shut-ins of fields. Some of it is to do with a reaction to the Macondo incident and making sure that we were checking all our kit out, and that tax has had an influence too.
Overall, the economy's grown by just 1.5% since the election, but if you take out oil and gas production, the onshore economy's grown by 2.3%, and there was no double-dip recession last year. You might say, so what? It's still one of the weakest recoveries on record. But what's happened in the North Sea might also partly explain why employment has kept rising, even as growth and tax revenues have slumped. Two of the parts of our economy that have done particularly badly in the last 5 years are North Sea oil and financial services. Historically, they've been much more important to growth and tax revenues than to employment. It's interesting that they think that... Professor Alex Kemp literally wrote the book on North Sea oil. He says billions now being invested in new fields could see it help the economy again as early as next year.
Up here in the northeast of Scotland, the supply chain is experiencing extremely busy times. We see that particularly oil, but gas to a more limited extent, can turn round and start increasing, maybe not this year, but next year, and for 5-6 years thereafter.
Long term, of course, North Sea production has nowhere to go but down. But like most local businesses, this subsea technology company plans to be here long after the oil has gone.
Now we're in the state where it's probably about 50% home market and 50% for export. The technology expertise that we've got in the UK from an oil and gas sector, not just Aberdeen but in London as well, puts us in good stead to support these developments on a global basis.
So after pulling down Britain's growth for the first half of the Parliament, North Sea oil and gas might be about to do the Chancellor a favour. But avoiding a return to recession on Thursday could still be a close-run thing. Stephanie Flanders, BBC News in Aberdeen.